god, I have to do it. Hello, welcome to Actual Spinster. Today I have a special guest.
Marty. Hey.
Yeah, we're going to be divorcing soon. So we thought before we did that, we would like look through each other's like books and decide books that we want to read like of each other's, and then that's what this video is. I'm going to start with one that I actually can't read because it hasn't been translated into English yet, but it's got this really nice cover and I hope it will, so this is why it's on like my TV.
Manifesting.
Exactly. And it's
Jorman
by Dolores Reyes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is translated from the Spanish to Norwegian by Signe Proy.
Signe Preus.
Thank you. Signe. Now that you've said it, it makes much more sense. Yeah, and it just seems really interesting. There's like eating dirt in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep saying it's the closest thing I'll come to reading a crime novel. It's not really a crime novel, but it has murder in it.
Yeah.
My first pick is Fighting Women. Interviews with veterans of the Spanish Civil War. I'm pretty interested in the Spanish Civil War. This seems very cool. It's very short too, so hopefully I can get to it.
Yeah.
And I like oral history stuff. Yeah.
It's funny because the last time you were on my channel you talked about, like, we talked about the Spanish Civil War. Like, but I also haven't read this one, but I would like to read it soon. But I mean, I started reading it, but like 16 pages in. You just did non-fiction, so I did non-fiction. This is Israel/Palestine and the Queer International by Sarah Schulman. Mary read this year, and this has been on my TBR for like ages. I guess it won't be like super up to date in the sense that it was published in 2012, but it just seems really good, and like it is non-fiction, so I think it will take me longer to read, but then it seems also kind of like not like a super like dense academic-y non-fiction, and I obviously like, you know, want to like learn and read about Palestine, and yeah, I don't know, I guess. And this is like Sarah Schulman's Jewish, so she's coming at this from a particular perspective and relationship with Israel already, and yeah.
Okay, my next pick is Bloat.
Best book ever.
Charlotte von Reinhold. Yeah, so everyone's talking about this, everyone loves it, and I haven't read it yet, so hopefully I'm going to.
Next I have is Gotham City Sirens. Also, I feel like I haven't read a comic in like a very long time. This is like book 1 in the series, and it's like Livy, or how do you say the ship name, right? Yeah.
Well, it's got Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman.
Nice.
And their antics.
Also, it would be quick to read, so that's also nice.
Yeah. You know, some good eco-terrorism from Poison Ivy. That's what more do you need? In case you don't know who she is.
There you go.
Okay, my next one is Full Surrogacy Now by Sophie Lewis. I already know I like Sophie Lewis, and I know that I'm probably going to be reading this going, yes! So definitely this one is a high priority. It's like family abolition, and through the lens of mainly surrogacy.
Yeah. It's actually less about family abolition, and it's more like the like step before family abolition, because it does focus quite a lot on like a very specific case study, and yeah, I think it's really great, and like the politics behind the book are really great, but then like what is actually said in the book isn't entirely like
one of the many arguments.
And like gestation being a form of work. So next I have Liminal by A. Sieraki, which is a book that Mari read like 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
I think it must have been 2016 or 17, so that's 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It was in our last year of university. I think it was when we just moved in, so that must have been 2017.
That sounds right. And like Mari also, I did plan to read it like way closer to when Mari read it, because you like lent it to me and were like, oh, you'll like this, and then I never did, and now's the time. And yeah, it's about fairies and like a girl, like a trans girl, is that right? And
I think so.
Find another world or something. Yeah, I think that's what it looks like on the back. So yeah, and like forests, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of forests and I don't know, nature. No. At Sea by Ursula K. Le Guin. I've read one other Ursula K. Le Guin book, and it was Left Heart Darkness, and I would really like to read at least one of these fairly soon. Yeah. It has a Stephen King quote on it.
I know.
Oh god. Anyway, lovely edition other than that, and I love Ursula K. Le Guin.
It really annoys me, like, not only Stephen King, it's got Margaret Atwood, Neil
Oh
Gaiman, like...
Truly the unholy trinity.
Yeah, like the trifecta.
And also, like, who's like a literary icon? Who's Stephen King to call Ursula K. Le Guin a literary icon?
Yeah. I think that you really like them. They are very, like, and I haven't read The Left Hand of Darkness, but I do know that, like, it's very different, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, it's for kids.
Yeah.
And it's also, like, fancy rather than, like, sci-fi-ish or whatever. My last one is one that I'm going to try to read, like, next month for Women in Translation month, and that's Fair Play by Tove Jansson, translated from the Swedish by Thomas Teal. I've read only one Tove Jansson book that isn't like a Moomin book, although I've only read one Moomin book too, and that was the summer book, and I really liked it. And then obviously, like, she's, you know, her work, her life, her like partner and her art are all like part of my like gay world, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've
you're
always been
familiar with
aware.
it.
Exactly. And yeah, but then I think this is about like two women and like their relationships like later on in life.
Yeah. I think so. I think it's like vaguely based on her own life.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe
that's
like
what
Lebanon Island vibing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. My last one is Metabolize If Able by Clay Add.
Also the best book ever.
Yeah, so most of my friends were obsessed with this when it came out back in the day, and I haven't read it yet. And I've read parts of it though, or like heard parts of it, and I think I would really like it. And again, it's pretty short, so hopefully that means I'll be able to read it.
Yeah. Tahani, one of the best books of all time in the Ursula series. Metabolize If Able, one of the best books of all time. Low, one of the best books of all time.
Yeah, I went for two non-fiction.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for me.
But
Go like 4 out of 5, yeah.
Yeah, well, I also don't have that much, like, non-fiction.
I mean, you have a lot of cool stuff, but it's like very much your specific
Yes.
like area, and I don't know if reading something like that specific would be particularly useful for me. Like, I don't know that much about modernism.
Yeah, no, it's fine if you don't want to know much about modernism, like...
I assume I'll just eventually absorb it through you
Yeah,
and
that's
reading
true.
your things.
That's true. Good. Hopefully you'll see some of these books, like, pop up. Let us know if you've read any of them, or yeah. And I will see you next time. Bye!